Madison Bumgarner. That's it. That's all you need to know. He's pitching today, and you need to watch. Because back in June, he dominated the Braves on the mound and at the plate. He has the ability to do something very special every time he steps on the field, so stay tuned. Bumgarner takes on the Braves next.
It's Hyundai Sunday on CSN Bay Area as Giants baseball is brought to you by your Bay Area Hyundai dealers. Today, Giants Braves one more time, final game of this series from AT&T Park. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. And a win today, and the Giants take the series. We'll certainly watch the Cubs as they'll play in Los Angeles this afternoon. But, Mike, I think anytime Bumgarner takes the mound, it's not that you assume that the Giants are going to win. You just think strongly that they got a good chance of doing that.
Well, and the players playing behind him feel that same way, and that's the significant thing about what an ace brings to a club. Now, if you look at the last couple starts, you wouldn't say he's been very ace-like. In 10 innings, he's given up 9 runs. The key for Bumgarner today is going to be the fastball. Can he establish it on the inside corner to the righties and on the outside corner to the lefties? That's his backbone. If he's throwing and establishing that pitch, he'll do fine. Offensively, the Giants had a little bit of a snag last night as Mike Foltynewicz kind of shut them down. They only scored the 1 run, but offensively, they've got some of their horses back in the lineup, and I think that'll help.
And Jared Parker is in the lineup, and he's playing right field on Mike Krukow bobblehead day. All right, when we come back, we will have the lineups and the first pitch in this very important ball game, and we'll have all of that right after this.
Is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Taste the all-new Jack's Brewhouse Bacon Burger today at Jack in the Box. Limited time only at participating restaurants. And by Toyota. Toyota's Labor Day clearance event is here. For Labor Day only, get $2,500 total cash back on the redesigned 2016 Prius. Toyota. Let's go places.
All right, we're at AT&T Park, so let's do this quickly. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is now open every day. 68 degrees, winds light, humidity 60%, and it's sunny. And here's the first pitch of the ball game, and it's outside for a ball. So we get started at 1:05, right on time. The clock here at the ballpark is just a little slow. The pitch, Inciarte hits a foul down the left field line and out of play. Inciarte hitting at .280 with 3 home runs, 23 driven in. He's 2 for 7 in the series. Bumgarner making his 28th start. That's where we are. The end of August, and it's down low. Home plate umpire is Stu Sherwater. Nelson, Diaz, Blazer first to third.
Sherwater, a good zone to pitch to. He's got some corners on his strike zone, and for the most part he likes the low strike, but you will see a few belts.
This is lined into right center field, and Span is going to have this one shoot by him. And with the speed of Inciarte, this is going to be a leadoff triple. So that's how this game gets started. And the rest of the Braves lineup, it'll be Garcia, Freeman, and Kemp. Markakis is going to hit in the 5th slot. Then it's Recker, Beckham, and Darno, and Aaron Blair will hit 9th.
Madison Bumgarner, the starting pitcher for the Giants today. 6'5", 250-pound, 27-year-old. He's 12-8 and 27 starts with an ERA of 2.44. For Bumgarner, the low 3/4 release, you'll see a low 90s fastball that has cut. It's a curveball, slider, and a changeup, and he's throwing everything right now.
So here's Adonis Garcia, and he swings and pops this one up. Posey giving chase, but it's not high enough for him to get to it. I'm wondering if Denard Span would have liked to have had another shot at that route.
Well, he thought he could get to it. It was a bit of a gamble. I mean, if he takes a deeper route, he probably could have prevented the triple. I don't know if any route would have enabled him to get to the ball. But Bumgarner going to try and pitch out of it.
Infield is back. Obviously, we're in the 1st inning. And that pitch is in tight. 1 ball and 1 strike.
You know, and he's in the attack mode. And I think if you're Bumgarner, I mean, you want a guy to be aggressive early in the game, especially.
One and 2. So Bumgarner definitely in the strikeout mode.
Bumgarner lifetime against these Braves, 6-3 with a 2.60 ERA.
Garcia 0 for 6 lifetime against Bumgarner. And it's 2-2. Bit of a teaser low and away.
Throw something soft away. Usually sets up something hard in.
Freddie Freeman to follow. And it's 3-2.
So Fishout not biting on that back foot breaking ball. And here's the situation too, where, you know, Giants are willing to give up a run to avoid the big inning. And if you're in the strikeout mode like Bumgarner is right here, you're going to throw a pitch that you want him to try and swing at it. Eventually it's going to be out of the strike zone. It could be, if he takes it, you walk him, and that's what sets up a big inning. So this becomes a big pitch.
And it just got a piece.
Let's take a look at the Giants defensively, starting in their outfield from left to right. It'll be Pagan, Span, and Parker, the best arm in right field. Crawford, Nunez on the left side. Panik, Belt on the right side. Buster Posey, he'll be in the squat, putting down the signs.
Three balls, 2 strikes. Fouled out of play.
man making a play downstairs. About his glove. You know, when fans bring their glove and they make a play, it just looks so cool. Plus, it protects everybody in that part of the stadium.
So Garcia waiting on Bumgarner. It's 3-2. And the walk.
All right, time now for our Nissan keys to the game. And number one, keep the ball in the yard. That's what did the Giants in last night. A 3-run homer off the bat of Matt Kemp. They need to keep it in the yard. But number two, ignite that offense. They had it going last night, stumbled a little bit, and they need to crank it back up. Those are our Nissan keys to the game.
Freddie Freeman at 290, 26 home runs, 62 driven in. Facing Bumgarner for the 27th time. There's a foul and it's 0-1.
And he's been red hot.
In those 26 at bats, 6 hits, a double, a home run. And Ciarte at third, Garcia at first. And there's a high fastball, and it's foul straight back, 0-2. The Giants won 7-0 on Friday, and as Mike just said, they took one on the chin last night. Crawford's home run, the only run they scored. So here it's 0-2 and a high fastball taken. Kemp to follow. Down low, 2-2. Trying to get Freddie Freeman to fish. Maybe when he wasn't going so good. Yes. Now, no.
And that's the thing about a red hot hitter. I mean, they know the strike zone, and that's one of the reasons why they're hot. They're staying in the strike zone. They're not going out swinging at breaking balls down below the strike zone, off the plate away.
Got him.
So he comes back with a curveball off of the slider, and he drops it down below the zone, and that's the one he wanted Freeman to swing at. Just a different speed on the breaking ball, a sharper tilt, perfect location. And for Bumgarner, this is how he uses his stuff. Last year, 49% of the fastball. This year, 41%. Or rather, this season, 49% against the Dodgers. The last start, he was throwing more breaking balls.
Here's Kemp. Kemp hit the big home run last night. He takes a strike. He's had 57 at bats lifetime against Bumgarner. 11 hits, 3 doubles, a couple of home runs. Garcia at first and Ciarte at third. Pretty good pitch, just missed. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Bumgarner's pitching for the ground ball here. Just show him the outside fastball because he wants to get in on his hands. He wants to stay off that barrel head.
Lifted to right for Parker. Parker's going to catch, and he's going to throw. And Belt is going to cut it off, and everybody moves up a base. 1-0 Atlanta.
Giants defensively a little sloppy right there, allowing Adonis Garcia to move up from first to second. That had been a more accurate throw from Parker to the cutoff man Belt. They would have been able to prevent the 90-foot mistake. as it is with Inciarte's speed, you're not going to get him at the plate, but here you have to make a better throw to the cutoff man. Belt throws well if you just give him a better pitch or a better throw to throw off of.
So here's Markakis. And Markakis on the ground to third for Nunez. And that'll end the inning. So Bumgarner allows a run in the first inning. Giants are coming up. Span, Pagan, and Posey. And let's take a look at Bruce Bochy's lineup. It looks familiar with the exception of one. Span will lead it off. He's hot right now, followed by Pagan, Posey, and Crawford. Belt back in the lineup. And then it's Parker, and that's the one. Giants missing Hunter Pence. Panik will hit 7th, Nunez 8th, and then Bumgarner.
On the hill today for the Atlanta Braves will be the right-hander Aaron Blair. Blair, 24 years of age. He's a rookie, 6'4", 250-pounder. He's a big boy. In 11 starts this year, 0-5 with an ERA of 7.99. And they sent him back out with the idea you better learn how to put better location on the fastball. He was making too many mistakes with the fastball. And the fastball he throws is a low 90s fastball. It's pretty straight. He has to be on the corners with it. He's got a curveball, slider, and a changeup. He's a 4-pitch guy. But look at the walks, 29 walks in 50 innings against it's 1-to-1 ratio, strikeout to walks.
So here's Span. Span's got 4 hits in the series, and he looks at a pitch down low. Giants do have some history against Blair, and the history is no more than 2 or 3 at bats. And Span taking, and it's inside 2-0. Two balls and no strikes. Span will sit on something here, or he may be taking. It's 3-0.
Definitely in the take mode. Something we learned about Denard Span very early on. He's not in a hurry to have his at-bat determined. And he has zero fear hitting with 2 strikes.
And Blair comes in with a strike.
And Span might take another one.
And a line drive, and it's caught by Beckham.
Bullet. Let's take a look at that Braves defense playing behind Blair today, starting in their outfield from left to right. It'll be Kemp, Inciarte, and Markakis, good arms in left and right. Darno and Garcia on the left side of the infield. Beckham and Freeman on the right side. Anthony Recker, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
So nice at bat from Span. He gets nothing. Here's Pagan. Pagan hitting .293. And he takes a strike. 9 home runs, 43 runs batted in. And he shoots this one foul. Pagan 1 for 7 in this series, which will end after the game. 0-2. Buster Posey to follow.
It's a great day to hit. There's carry in this ballpark today, more than you see during the nighttime. In right field, you'll see home runs today.
So Pagan out swinging. Greater coverage of baseball is brought to you by T-Mobile. On June 2nd of this year, Madison Bumgarner and Buster Posey both hit home runs off of Aaron Blair in the top of the 5th. And it was the 5th time in San Francisco history that a Giants pitcher and catcher both hit home runs in the same inning. 5th time. Here's Posey. And Buster takes a strike.
Well, here are the 5 times Tom Haller, Juan Marichal did it. That was a walk-off. Mike Sadek, the Sheik with Bob Nepper. Benito Santiago and Russ Ortiz did it against the Dodgers. Buster Posey, Matt Cain did it against the Phillies in 2012.
Posey's going to lift one into left field for a base hit.
Made that look easy.
So here's Crawford. Crawford hit his 12th home run of the year last night to the opposite field. Leads the team in RBIs with 75. Belt is on deck. And Blair to Crawford, and it's outside for a ball, 1-0. The Giants have a day off tomorrow, and so do the Atlanta Braves. The Braves will go home. Braves will go home to take on the Padres for 3 games, and then they won't even unpack. They'll go back out on the road. Check swing and a strike. Giants really didn't unpack. I didn't. We're leaving Wednesday after the game. Just a 5-game homestand with the Diamondbacks coming in on Tuesday for a 2-game series.
Back out on the road for 10 more. Wow.
That's a bad call.
I don't know about that swing. Stu Sherwater, the plate umpire, ringing up Brandon Crawford, and you be the judge. Is this a swing? No.
Well, there's a reason why there's a guy down at third. Too late. 1-2. Posey at first. Freeman holding him tight. And swinging a foul back.
Time for our Togo's big play the Togo's way, and Brandon Crawford hit a solo shot off Mike Fultonevich in the bottom of the 2nd last night. For Crawford against Fultonevich, 5 for 10 with 3 homers and a double. And it's not the first time he's gone opposite field on Fultonevich. That's our Togo's big play.
The other Brandon had good ownage on Fultonevich, but Brandon Crawford did not start the game, or Belt did not start the game. He has today, so he's on deck in the 2-2. It's not a pitch at all as Posey gets checked on. If Posey steals a bag, it's going to be a sneak attack. He hasn't been thrown out. He's got 6.
That's 6 times basically where a pitcher hasn't paid attention to him, and that's what he goes on. The guy's not even looking at him. He'll roll right into it.
Tap slowly, first base side, and that'll end the inning. Giants strand one. We'll head to the second. It's 1-0 Atlanta.
All on CSN Bay Area is brought to you by AAA. Get a free road trip day pack with a AAA insurance quote. Go to AAA.com/roadtrip or a AAA branch for details. Restrictions apply.
Well, Giants season tickets are currently sold out, but you can get on deck today for your 2017 season tickets with a $500 per seat non-refundable deposit, and it will allow you to gain access to purchase all potential 2016 division home playoff games. Go to sfgiants.com/season and check it out.
Anthony Recker is at the plate, and he takes in tight. 293 with a home run, 8 driven in. Remember, A.J. Pierzynski is on the disabled list. Recker's 0 for 3 in his career against Bumgarner. And the pitch is high to make it 2-0.
Bumgarner still looking for that rhythm that allows him fastball command. A little underneath the ball right now.
So a little count leverage, and Anthony Recker takes a big cut.
You're missing high and you're trying to find your rhythm. A couple of easy fixes. Number one, lower your sights. If you're not, instead of trying to aim for the catcher's glove, aim for his shoe tops. And number two, think you want to shorten up your stride just a little bit. If you can shorten up your stride an inch, that's a lot.
Struck well. Span on the move, and Span is going to track it down into deep left center field. Nice play.
And to go a long way for it. I mean, that's right into the gap in left center, and he was cheating over there about 6 steps over towards that left center field side. It's a good thing. He needed every bit of it. Nice play. Right in the sweet spot.
Here's Beckham. Beckham hitting .210, 4 home runs, 24 runs batted in. Jace Peterson has started the first 2 games in this series at second. On the ground to Crawford. Crawford will charge and set and throw. 2 outs. Let's check in with Amy G. Amy.
All right, guys, let's get fans caught up on the Giants roster move from today. As you two mentioned, Jarrett Parker was activated. The Giants placed Derek Law on the 15-day disabled list with elbow inflammation, a strain. He's been dealing with it, gentlemen, for a few days, pitching with some inflammation. The Giants noticed a dip in his velocity, and then Law said that he doesn't have his normal extension. Bruce Bochy saying they're doing it as a precautionary move. They want to make sure they take care of him and take care of that arm. Guys?
Yeah, thanks, Amy. You know why else they do it? They do it because now they can't use him.
That's right.
They can't.
That's exactly right.
So you just protect everybody. Because he's so valuable down there, you say, well, you know, feels okay today, let's use him. Now they can't.
No, they can't. And they are also respectful, too, that he had Tommy John surgery on that elbow. So it's the first time he's had the amount of workload that he's had this year.
Plus, you can crush Frank's pizza now.
So his first interview when he had a win in Pittsburgh, where he's from, and he pitched beautifully. He was a player of the game, got the win. And that's what we asked him. What are you going to do tonight? Well, I'm going to go home and crush some Frank's pizza. It's like, okay.
I'm assuming Frank's is the best pizza in the Pittsburgh area.
Yeah, well, at least in the Law House it is.
3-2.
Didn't look like Bumgarner liked Darno taking a couple steps to first base.
Well, sometimes helps for Bum to get angry at something. He got him, and that'll end the inning.
Like that.
Giants are coming up. It'll be Belt. Action is brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Light. Most defensive shifts employed against MLB leaders. Davis, Ortiz, Granderson, and then Brendan Belt happens to be on that list. So 369 plate appearances where he's faced the shift. And in the case of Belt, you can see that it works.
Well, it really does. I don't think we're going to see.
Maybe not this time. High and deep to right. It is out into Triples Alley, and Belt is on the move. Belt is on the move. And that's a leadoff triple. Take your shift.
I think he's saying that right now. Just a mistake with the location on a fastball challenge right at the belt. And a lot of teams trying to pitch Brandon Belt above the belt. Here he simply says, I got your belt high fastball, and he locks it right in Triples Alley, and he thinks triple right out of the box. And an easy three-bagger to start things off here in the second.
So here's Parker. Yeah, I have no idea who they like. Parker hitting .248, takes the pitch down low. It's kind of a yo-yo for Jared Parker, back and forth, AAA, big leagues. Still manages to hit .248. That's pretty good.
Well, you still have options left, and you get on the yo-yo train going up and down to AAA. It is tough. It breaks your routine up.
And that pitch is down low to Parker. Softball in him.
You know, I mean, this is a sport that's played every day. Routine is everything. And all of a sudden you say, well, you're going down. Well, you got to think about where you're going to stay, how you're going to get there. It just upsets the routine.
Slowly hit. Belta's going to score, and this game is tied. Parker, RBI machine.
RBI machine.
The whole idea is to be smart enough not to hit that ball hard.
Well, he's going to get a hero's welcome coming back in the Giants dugout.
Here's one of the stars today of your Gamer Babe gathering on top of the Giants dugout.
Joe Panik, his fiancee Brittany, they were fantastic.
Hitting at .246. Look out. Panik hit a home run, has a home run off of Blair. Probably not why he just threw at his foot, however.
Yeah, I don't think that was intentional. I hope it wasn't.
And let me be not the first, but one of many to say your kids really nailed the national anthem. That may have been my favorite anthem of the year. No disrespect to all the other folks that have had the privilege of doing it, but they were great.
Thank you, partner.
Hit high. Hit deep. It is out of here. And the Giants take the lead. He has such a pretty flat swing, and the ball really jumps.
And what he has done since he's gotten to the big leagues is defend between the belt and the letters. And that's the flat swing you're talking about. It enables him to catch the ball on the bottom of the ball and backspin, and that's when you get carried. This is home run number 9. And he's missed some time this year because of an injury.
And Nunez is going to take a pitch inside for a ball. Today when I was listening to you guys on top of the dugout, I almost felt like Joe was just playing the straight man. He was allowing Brittany to be the star, and she was.
She was fantastic, and I think he's very comfortable with that. She has tons of personality. Hunter Strickland and his wife Shelley, they are like a comedy team. Shelley has so much personality, and it was just great for the fans to get a chance to meet the girls. Also had Stacy Slaughter.
Slowly to Darno. 2 outs.
Stacy, an executive vice president, really she's one of the more powerful people in this organization. It was just great to get her perspective, and she nailed it, as she always does. It was a good time today.
Next year's will be even larger.
It could be.
Here's Bumgarner, hit a home run off of Blair earlier in the year, and he takes a breaking ball for a strike.
There's a large part of the group that was out there today. Just a tremendous attitude. And these are the gamer babes from Napa Valley. They are very, very strong bunch of women that are just very close to one another. Do a lot of great things up there. And of course, they love their Giants. Hey, well, happy birthday.
Absolutely.
So she gets to go get the beer today for Dad.
Got him. Bumgarner saying it's not a strike. Joe Panik gets off to number 8. He hits number 9. Where does it go? Over the arcade, and it's bye-bye baby. Giants lead 2-1.
Cal football is back, and the Golden Bears home opener is Saturday, September 17th against Texas. Visit calbears.com or call 800-GO-BEARS for tickets.
Giants with a 2-1 lead, and it'll be Aaron Blair to lead things off. So Blair, a right-handed hitter, hitting at 0.67, takes a breaking ball for a strike. You say, well, what does that amount to? Well, we don't know. He didn't make the stat pack.
1 for 15.
There you go.
It's bad when you don't make the stat pack.
It's bad. Although that's a pretty good hack. It stays at 0-2.
Yeah, it's got some talent. I can tell you, it just impressed Bumgarner. I doubt you're going to see a fastball here.
No, bounce one. Got him with a breaking ball.
Meet Uncle Charlie.
Giants fans, next time you want to grab seats, get the StubHub app. Not only when you find seats you love, whenever you want, you can find the best seats for your buck when you sort out by best value. StubHub app, get it today. Inciarte opened up the game with a triple, and he eventually scored.
It's a gamer, baby. Could be a first timer, huh?
Yeah.
I love that age because they try to eat their hand.
There's a breaking ball up high. 1 ball and no strikes.
And that's also the age where they think they can fly.
2 balls and no strikes.
Gamer baby Maya.
I don't know, Mike. I went to college with some kids in the 70s that thought they could fly.
You're right.
There's a strike. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Late 60s, early 70s. Let's clarify that.
Well, that was prime time.
On the ground sharply to Panik. Panik will throw out Inciarte.
Well, the Giants Insider Podcast is sponsored by Max Muscle Sports Nutrition, and it's live on csnbayarea.com. You can log on each week as Insider Alex Pavlovich talks baseball, also available on iTunes.
Garcia drew a walk in the first. Giants lead 2-1. See the Cove. Moderate activity on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. And we always used to say when we were playing at Candlestick, you get into 49er season and lo and behold, you get the best weather. And then we used to go, what is up with that? Little bloop foul down the right field line, I think. Yes, and out of play.
Well, you tell people back east and in the south, really the Midwest for that matter, that the hottest weather that San Francisco gets is in September and October. They look at you like you're from some other planet.
Yep, other planet.
But that was the case. There's the Bumgarner Lego man. And he's throwing to the Posey Lego man.
Little guy. It's 1-1 to Adonis Garcia. On the ground, Crawford. Crawford stays with it. Belt digs it out, and that's going to end the inning. Nice inning for Bumgarner. That's a shutdown inning, and Span will lead things off. Have the top of the order coming up. Span opened up the bottom of the first on a 3-2 count. He hit a bullet right at Beckham. And the pitch to Span, and Span drives it into left center field. Is anybody there? Inciarte on the move. He can't get it. And Kemp picks it up, and Span's got a leadoff double. Good time to go to Amy G.
All right, gentlemen, a very, very special day here at AT&T Park. Gamer Day. It's hosted by our very own Mike Krukow, and he had a panel of very esteemed guests as he welcomed in Stacy Slaughter, who's the executive VP of communications here with the Giants, and then Hunter Strickland and his lovely wife, Shelly. She's a firecracker, and Joe Panik and his fiance, Brittany. It's a day that Mike chooses to recognize the fan base and all the amazing women that are baseball fans. About 3,000 people showed up, and Mike, you led quite a sing-song to Bye Bye Baby. Maybe you could give us a little recap.
Well, I need my 3,000-person choral backup group to be able to do that. But we did indeed have some fun today.
Hey, Amy, just ask me. I hear it in the next room on the road. Pagan struck out in the first. Buster Posey to follow. Pagan rolls this one right back to Blair, and that'll be out number one. So Pagan very disappointed. He wanted a little bit more than that, and here's Posey. Dave Fleming. That's right. Young Dave will be in. I'll head over to the radio side for innings 4, 5, and 6. John Miller on assignment. He'll be back Tuesday night against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Buster Posey with a single in the first inning. Look out. Did that hit him?
Did. Got him in the elbow, left side.
So Posey's going to take one.
And that hurts, boy. I mean, he doesn't have a protective piece. And you hit right at the base of the trapezius, above the elbow, right there. That's the button.
I mean, it kind of hangs there, and it's hanging there now like it just goes numb for a while.
Yeah, I mean, he's still feeling to get the numbness out of the elbow all the way down to the fingertips. It's just a bad one.
There's Crawford. Crawford rolled one back to the pitcher in the first inning. And the first pitch is high and wide with Belt to follow.
You know, and what happens when you hit a guy, especially your centerpiece of your lineup, that usually gets the attention of everybody in that dugout. And especially the guy who's in the batter's box next.
Down low.
You know, and in essence, as a pitcher, when you do that, you make the next guy a better hitter. He's not thinking about mechanics. He's not thinking about keeping his front shoulder in. All he's thinking about is trying to hit a line drive off your hat.
And a strike. Span at second, Posey at first. Crawford drives one center field. Inciarte is going to get there and make the catch. So Crawford does not find a hole in the outfield. So here's Belt, who tripled in the second. A hot Brandon Belt the rest of the way would be a very good thing for the Giants, because when he gets hot, has a tendency just to change everything offensively. Parker on deck. And the pitch. And Belt takes low. 1 ball and no strikes. See the defense in the outfield pretty much straight away. They do shade Belt around to pull on the infield. This guy here, he's got it all. One thing he doesn't have is a ticket. There's a pitch down low. 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, he spent it all on the souvenirs.
Is that may be inside the park?
Yeah, he
it
is. He's on the port walk up
maybe
top.
that was outside by the water.
That
so
Belt is pretty cool.
Yeah. I can see you and I walking into a bar with that.
Yeah. proudly wear that thing.
It'd be great at Finnerty's, wouldn't it? You think he'd be a hit there?
Yeah, I think it would be a hit anywhere. Except L.A.
Probably not a good thing to roll into Pasadena with.
No. Texas, Detroit, Kansas City, they probably wouldn't appreciate it.
3-0. 3-1. Yep. Got them all.
He takes it serious. But the belt's the bomb.
Dude. We want to party with you, dude. Belt lines this one, and Ciarte is going to put it away. So Blair not getting anybody to pop up. But the Giants strand a pair. Dave Fleming will be in. I will see you back here in the 7th.
On CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Caltrans Stormwater. Keep our highways clean. Protect our water. ProtectEveryDrop.com.
2-1 Giants. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Welcome back to the ballpark. And joining us now in the booth, my old pal. Not too old, pal.
No, not that
Welcome
old.
back, Dave Fleming.
Hi, Mike. Kids did a great job on the anthem. Seems like they're also now kind of letting it all hang. They're over in the booth next to me in the radio side.
Can you hear them?
They're having a good time today. They're enjoying Mike Krukow Day at the ballpark.
They were a little stressed this morning going into it, but I'm very proud of them. They did well.
Awesome. They did such a good job. I went over and congratulated them and wanted to have one of those beverages they were having in the booth with them, but I refrained.
Well, that's a good thing.
After the game. There they are. See, now that is a lot more subdued than just a couple minutes ago.
Oh, they're pretty excited about it. And, you know, this is the first time they ever had done any type of an anthem together, the three of them. My daughter had done an anthem a number of times, but so this was a first.
Seems like she was kind of the ringleader out there since she'd been through it before.
Oh, no doubt. She was a music major.
Well, they just sounded great. And everybody here, I think, was thrilled to see him and see him looking so good and proud of Dad. And cool moment.
It's going to be a fun dinner table tonight, I can tell you.
Tonight will be a Krukow party. So where, if that's at home or if that's out on the town, if you're in San Francisco tonight, look out.
It'll be home for that reason.
Here's a pop-up foul from Freddie Freeman. Okay, maybe the after party. Watch for Krukows tonight in San Francisco. Yeah, we're talking about you. See, they're ready.
Yeah, they conquered the fear of having fun in front of the camera. course, you know, this keeps up. They may be asleep by 5 o'clock.
It's could be a little quieter than we anticipated. 3-1 from Bumgarner to Freeman. Giants have the lead. They had a great chance in the bottom of the third. Hit a couple balls hard, nothing to show for it. There's a good cutter for a strike. That one's final. And of course, now we're scoreboard watching with the Cardinals, with the Marlins. Freeman skies one to shallow right field. Who's going to take it? That'll be Joe Panik.
That was up there.
It took a long time to come down. All right, there's the family shot down on the field. The relief all came out at the end.
Oh, yeah, it did.
Matt Kemp. This one is going to be Parker's. Another one way up there in that bright sun. 2 down. Well, I just thought that was very cool.
It was fun. Well, I mean, your 3 children will surprise you along the way, and they'll do something out of the norm, like sing an anthem or something, and you know, it's a pretty special moment.
Yeah. They're already surprising me day after day, but I'm not sure if the anthem is in their future. We'll see.
Yeah, you never know.
Never know. Here's Nick Markakis, who grounded out on 1 pitch his first time up. Takes one for a ball. Bumgarner, he's been doing that a lot. Kind of shaking his head. Some of it may be directed at the umpire, some of it elsewhere.
I'd say about 98% of it to the umpire.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. There's a strike.
What do you think? First game ever?
I'm saying yeah. Although, gosh, parents come prepared. High chair in the seat.
I've never seen that.
I have not. I can't remember seeing that.
Yeah, there's Nicole Fong. It is indeed her first. Well, Nicole, welcome.
Yeah, got the official certification, which the Giants hand out.
And she's psyched. She's got her bow, big smile.
That's pretty good.
I don't know what you like about it. It's like a mirror, huh?
Nicole, August 28th, 2016.
That is great.
1-2. Hit on the ground to Panik. Nice inning for Bumgarner. Well, Bumgarner gets a round of applause from Giants fans. The Kruko kids got a round of applause from up here in the booth after the anthem. Yeah, high five. 2-1 Giants.
On CSN Bay Area is brought to you by PG&E, together building a better California.
What a beautiful Sunday it is in San Francisco. 2-1 Giants have the lead over the Atlanta Braves, trying to win the game and win the series over the Braves. Tomorrow will be an off day. Yeah, there are a lot of nice places in the ballpark today. That would be one of them. Look up across San Francisco Bay. I bet a pretty good view from there of the well, maybe you can't see it quite yet. The new tower that's really starting to grow in downtown. They're going to call it the Salesforce Tower. Yeah, there it is. Look at that. I think it's 46 stories now as it stands, and it's going up to like 83. It'll be the tallest building in San Francisco, tallest building I think in the western United States, and it is on its way up. I like driving around and watching it grow.
It is pretty impressive. When it started to sneak up above the top of the ballpark, and you could see it, it was really an easy way to measure of what, how much progress they make. Every time the Giants come back off a road trip, it seems like they've gone up higher.
Yeah, I think I saw something. They're working on 3 floors a week. Parker, a line drive base hit to start the bottom of the 4th inning. So Jarrett Parker, who knocked in a run with a ground ball his first time up. Now he's aboard with a single. The Padres will be here on our next homestand, September 12th, 13th, and 14th. You see the stuff going on. Step up to the plate night, Filipino Heritage Night, and then a day game on September 14th. There are still tickets available. sfgiants.com/tickets. And September, a day like today is the norm. I mean, September around here is the time to be at the. Every day is the time to be at the ballpark, but I love September here.
Oh, it's the best. Only one thing better, and that's October.
You're right about that.
But you know, you can see it in the shadows and in the light. I mean, it's just got a different feel. You start to smell fall in the air, and I mean, that's baseball's best month, September and October.
Panik, who launched a home run his first time up, and he hit a home run against Blair back in Atlanta earlier this year. So I'm guessing, Mike, that Aaron Blair he wants to be a little more careful to Joe Panik this time.
Well, he definitely found out that Joe Panik's going to jump on a mistake, and that's exactly what he got his first at bat, a belt high challenge, and not a lot on it. When Blair got sent out, Roger McDowell, the pitching coach, told him, you go down and you work on your fastball command. They like the 4 pitches that Blair has, but he has to be fine to his location with the fastball. He doesn't have the type of stuff that can just throw it by a hitter, especially in a bad spot.
Way up and outside.
This was that mistake that Joe Panik got today in the 2nd inning, and he just pumped it right out of here. Home run number 9 on the year.
.410 feet was the estimate. It was a big fly. 2-1. So that was today. This is the one that he hit in Atlanta.
Pretty much the same location. You know, and you know that when you're pitching to a guy, if he hits you deep, you know exactly where the pitch was. So there's a little part of you that registers that mistake in your database between your ears, and you say, I can't go there again. That's his hot spot. And he fed him another cookie.
3-1. Well, the Giants would take a walk. That would put 2 on with nobody out. You get into the bottom of the order, but it's a Bumgarner day, so the bottom of the order is a little different when he's on the mound. Those guys want to see Bumgarner's at bat.
Yeah, it's Mr. and Mrs. Oblivious.
3-1. Panik, has he done it again? On its way and gone. Just on top of the roof. His 2nd home run of the game. And his 3rd against Aaron Blair this year. Wow.
And that gives him double digits in his home run column. His number 10 on the year.
And he's never done that before, Mike. That's his first career multi-home run game.
And he got almost the identical pitch that he hit out the first time. Look at the belt high mistake. I mean, he's not going to miss those. Just backspins it. Didn't quite get it like the other one, but hey, we got enough of it.
So here's Nunez, 4-1 Giants. And Blair bounces one to Eduardo Nunez. So how about that? Joe Panik providing the power. He hit the big home run. It kind of got lost in Matt Moore's performance, but Panik's home run was huge in LA in the finale of that series. Nunez just kind of a defensive swing, but fast enough to beat it out. Infield hit.
Now, one thing Giants fans are going to learn about Nunez, I mean, he can run, and he puts pressure, especially on the left side of the infield. If you're coming in on a slow hit ground ball, your exchange from the glove hand to the bare hand has to be perfect. There can be no delay in it, and watch the exchange. It just was not quick. And our Toyota Exmo, a little sloppiness. He didn't get a great grip on the ball. And that's all that Nunez needed. That's our Exmo, brought to you by your local Toyota dealer.
Yeah, that is the thing about having speed like Nunez, where even look at how small of a mistake that was. It was just a split second trying to get the grip on the ball, and that cost him. So still nobody out. Will Bumgarner be bunting?
With a 4-1 lead, I don't think so. Remember, Bumgarner took this guy deep in Atlanta. And watch Nunez get out of the box. He didn't have a big backswing, so his momentum's already going up the line.
Well, hits have been hard to come by for him lately, so he'll take it.
That's 4-2 speed from the right side.
That's pretty good. No show of a bunt. Ball in the dirt. Nunez takes off the throw. He is out. Anthony Recker, it didn't roll far away. Nunez took a risk. That's out number one.
Well, the two Braves catchers, Anthony Recker's got the best arm. I mean, he's got a cannon. And he makes an absolutely perfect throw. Bounce up, pick it up, and throw a strike. Beckham puts a tag on.
Yeah, you know, the thing about it, when you watch that, Nunez had a good secondary lead. He got a great, as soon as the ball was in the dirt, he took off. So at least in terms of, there wasn't a, sometimes you see a play like that and there's a little hesitation and you figure, well, the guy should have just stayed put. It was not the case there.
He did everything right, and that's a good point.
The 1-1 to Bumgarner. And Bumgarner cannot believe that he took that pitch.
All right, there's your lead. There's your secondary lead. You anticipate, and there's that quick jump that he got. I mean, there was no hesitation.
Nope.
I mean, his thought was pure.
So it took a good play, and they threw him out. Way outside, 2-2. Joe Panik with a second home run in this game. He's knocked in 3 of the 4 runs. 2-2. Ball 3 with the curve.
Yeah, I mean, if he's going to get a fastball, you would think he'd get it here on a 3-2. Blair doesn't want to walk him.
He did, and he struck out swinging. Kept that fastball up.
It wound up being a pretty good mistake. Recker, the catcher, won that thing on the outside corner. It winds up going right above the hands on the inside corner. Man, that's a perfect pitch. So it winds up being a good mistake. He was looking for the fastball. Just bunched him up. Oh, you still can see the power in that swing.
It's amazing.
Strong man.
2 down for Span. Takes a little curve for strike 1. Span has hit the ball hard twice. Once he lined out to second. Once he doubled. Bruce Bochy before the game talking to us, kind of echoing how impressed he's been with the top of the order with Span, with Pagan.
been a really good 1-2 punch. Span says, I'm a second half guy, and boy, he's really backed up that claim.
1-2.
You know, and I think when you have two veterans at the top, and really both established leadoff hitters, they're both about the same guy. They're hitters that use the whole field. They are not afraid to hit with 2 strikes. They'll take pitches. They can run.
Two and two. His defense has been really good of late.
Oh, it's been fantastic. And the thing that jumps off the page about his defense has been the jumps that he's been getting.
Hits that one deep to right field. And Denard Span has joined the party. It's another Giants home run. Bounces down onto the boardwalk. His 9th of the year, 5-1.
And he does it in a 2-strike count, and that's the point we talk about it. You know, he's not afraid of the 2-strike count. He's such a disciplined hitter, and gets a mistake on a fastball challenge out over the plate. And once he gets extended, if he finds backspin, he can carry it out of here, and he does. We said there'd be carry to right field today. 3rd one to go out.
So 2 down. Here's Pagan. Angel hits one to deep right field. Markakis will track it down. Came up just a little short, but the Giants score 3 times. Panik goes deep. Denard Span goes deep. The home run ball is back for the Giants. They lead 5-1.
On CSN Bay Area is brought to you by your Bay Area Hyundai dealers. Great deals on amazing cars are going on now at your Hyundai dealer. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
It is 5-1 Giants. 8 hits, including 3 home runs against Aaron Blair. And a pretty good day to be here for your birthday.
Oh, happy 89th birthday. Hey, she's good luck. Every time she comes, they hit 3 home runs at least.
Hey, we haven't had a chance to call a ton of home runs here of late for the Giants, so it's nice to see. Recker, who's got pretty good home run power, only 1 this year. He has been swinging the bat well. Hit one hard his first time up that was caught in center field. 2-1. Well, Bumgarner, the Giants have not been scoring a ton of runs when Bumgarner's been on the mound. Last 2 starts they have, but before that, runs have been hard to come by when he was pitching.
Never complains about it.
Nope.
Just about as easy going a person as you can imagine.
Well, and you look back at that, however long you want to call it, 3-week stretch where the Giants lost their lead in the West. And those games, Bumgarner in Washington, here at home a couple times where he was so good and the Giants didn't take advantage of it. Those games loom large over that whole stretch. You win a couple of those and things feel a lot different, I think.
Well, and the other thing too is if you win a couple of those, you're energizing yourself. Winning energizes a team, and it makes you that much tougher the next day.
3-2.
That's why I see so many streaks in baseball. I mean, when you get on a roll, I mean, one win fuels the next win, fuels the next win, and on and on. And likewise, when you're going bad, I mean, one loss, and all of a sudden your group mindset becomes fragmented, and not everybody's on the same page. Guys try to do too much. They don't trust the guy behind them, and it just changes the whole dynamic.
Kind of hung a curveball there and walked Wrecker.
Not going to be happy about that. Well, the Padres are coming to town Monday, September 12th through the 14th. And September 12th, you can join us for our annual Step Up to the Plate night, raising awareness for those living in poverty. Your special event ticket will include a Denard Span bobblehead and a ticket to see the Giants take on the Padres. So go to sfgiants.com/special events and check it out.
It's a nice thing that the Giants do, that Denard Span is doing, to be a part of that. So we hope to see you here. After these 2 games against Arizona, we're gone for a while. That ball is flared out into shallow center field. It's a base hit. Wrecker will stop at second. 2 on, nobody out. At the bottom of the order, that leadoff walk is the one that will make Bumgarner unhappy. Giants have 4 games in Chicago on this next road trip, then 3 in Colorado, then an off day, and 3 in Arizona. So it's a long trip. Chase d'Arnaud, who struck out looking his first time up.
Braves have Brandon Snyder on deck. Got a pinch hit for Aaron Blair.
And that does change things a little bit. Good pitch, strike 1 swinging. Kroll, the left-hander, their only left-hander, is the guy in the bullpen. A pop-up on the infield with that bright sun, and the infield fly rule will be called. Panik catches it anyway. As soon as you saw the hand go up from Las Diaz, d'Arnaud was out.
See, I think if you're going to catch a pop-up and it's in the infield grass like that, let it drop every time. You're already going to get the out, and you might get some base runner to panic.
I'm with you. There's no downside. Now, if it's a play on the dirt or maybe even shallow outfield, it could be a little more nerves about it.
Different deal.
Something going wrong there. I don't think there's much of a downside.
There isn't, and you'll see the ball drop, and just instinctively some runners will make a mistake and leave the bag. And once the infield fly rule has been called, there's an out. You got the out, and basically it's advancing at your own risk if you're a base runner. But if you drop that ball, sometimes guys will go. Even at the big league level, they'll have a head spasm.
So here is Snyder, the pinch hitter. That one came in tight. Ball 1. You know who I had a long conversation many years ago with about that was Steve Finley. And Steve, who is a really smart ball player, he was adamant that more teams should try that in different spots. And he even, hey, maybe the big hitters do up on deck. Maybe you can steal an out with if you're in the middle of the order, you could do it. Anyway, he just thought that big league base runners will make a mistake because you're just not used to seeing a ball drop like that, and there could be some panic. off his foot foul.
Well, I think too that when baseball had the era of AstroTurf, it kind of took that play away.
Yep.
Because especially in the summer months when the turf would get hot, it would get spongy and balls would bounce way high. And it just didn't become a good play.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is intentionally let the ball drop, and then the runners take off and the ball bounces over your head and starts to roll away, and everybody moves up and you look like a buffoon.
But now with the AstroTurf basically gone, only 2 ballparks left in the big leagues that have it. They're both in the American League, one in Tampa, one in Toronto. If you think that pop-up's going to land on the grass of the infield, drop it.
2-2. Fastball, not a bad swing by Brandon Snyder. So Aaron Blair, second straight start against the Giants where he just goes the 4 innings. Just missed with the curve. Well, this becomes a pretty big pitch, I think.
Hell, it is, because you don't want to walk the bases loaded, not with a 4-run lead.
Something's going wrong with the Krukow bobblehead. On the ground to short. Crawford to second. That's one. Panik to first. Got him. So it was a big pitch in the game, and Bumgarner gets the double play. Posey, Crawford, Belt coming up. 5-1 Giants. True stories. It was on this date in 1970, August 28th at Candlestick Park. Juan Marichal, a complete game against the Pirates. That was career win number 200. Giants won that game 5-1. His 11th season, 200 wins in his first 11 years. He was 297 at that point. It was his 209th career complete game. So at the time of a 200th career win, highest win percentage in the history of the big leagues. And no offense to Bob Carruthers, but 1891, maybe you could kind of toss those couple out. Whitey Ford, Lefty Grove, Pedro Martinez, Grover Alexander, Juan Marichal. That's good company. Really good company. Oh, by the way, it's 5-1 Giants.
Yeah, that has a nice ring to it.
And the new pitcher, Ian Kroll, the left-hander, to face Buster Posey. Foul ball for strike one. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change, tune-up, and brake experts. They're the numbers on Kroll.
Yeah, 42 strikeouts and 39 2/3. He's got good stuff. He's a former starter. 4 good pitches, a low to mid 90s fastball, curveball, slider, changeup.
0-2.
He's also got a real quick arm action that gets on you. I mean, it's a violent motion. There's nothing smooth about Kroll's motion. But the quick arm action, and it can make 93 look like 97.
Buster has singled and been hit by a pitch. That one down and in. And notice he's got the elbow guard on right now because the first time up he didn't, and he wished he had. That one got him right on the elbow. So, okay, next at bat after that. Yeah.
Well, that's the button. And one thing, if you get hit there, that's bad enough, but you don't want to get hit there again.
Did he go? Ooh.
And I don't think there was any intent behind the fastball from Aaron Blair, but it's just where the Braves want to pitch him. They want to pitch him in. And if you're pitching a guy in, you're saying to yourself, if I'm going to miss, I'm not going to miss out over the plate, which means your elbow's exposed.
Buster does not get hit very often. That one might have gotten a piece of him on the foul tip.
Yeah, that's a Buster Posey signature on the catcher's glove.
On the bat.
His hat, his shirt. Good for you, my friend. On the bat? Absolutely.
Yeah.
You got it all.
You got 4 different Posey autographs. Be a lot of people calling that guy saying, how did you do that? On the ground, but the defense playing him perfectly, and Gordon Beckham throws out Buster. So he's retired for the first time in this game. Up comes Crawford. Dodgers and the Cubs, by the way, are still scoreless. They're in the 5th inning in LA. Giants 2 back in the West. Strike 1 swinging.
Got a cutter.
In case you were wondering, the Dodgers, they do play tomorrow. Giants are off tomorrow. And they're at Coors Field. They go to Colorado.
You know, of all the ballparks in the National League West, that's the one big question mark, because you don't know what you're going to get there. I think it's a very, very definitive home field advantage for the Rockies. That ballpark, the very fact that they get to hit last.
Yeah, well, I'm with you, and it makes pennant race games there, even if the Rockies aren't in the race, nerve-wracking.
Oh, absolutely they do.
And sometimes, look, the Giants have gone in there in September some years and rampaged and padded a lead or made up. They've had some great series there, but you're nervous going into that series.
Always. And you're nervous coming out because you never know how much of your bullpen's going to get chewed on.
On the ground against the defense, d'Arnaud on the backhand, and his throw is a little bit offline and probably was going to be too late anyway. That'll be a hit for Crawford. And in a way, for the Dodgers, it's a little bit of a bad break. You go there right before the rosters expand. Next time the Giants will be in Denver on this next road trip, they will have reinforcements for the bullpen, which you hope you don't need it, but it helps.
That's an outstanding point, and it is so very true. Going there in September when you've got an additional 4 or 5 or 6 arms in your bullpen. That is huge.
Belt he's putting his swing back together, I think, these last few games.
Well, and I think when he starts hitting the high fastball out over the plate, that's when you know he's back.
He's hit it hard twice in this game. 2-0.
And it's just a little thing. It's just all about his angle coming into the strike zone. When he drops his back shoulder just 3 degrees, you're going to develop an uppercut, and it makes it hard for him to keep a top hand on that high fastball. And it makes him vulnerable to the high fastball. So how do you correct it? You start your swing from a higher back shoulder position. This was the second inning. Flat upper body, and that's a flat swing. The uppercut has been taken out, and he jumps on this. Times when he goes into a funk, and he can be streaky, it's usually because that back shoulder drops.
That's a strike. He thought it was ball 4. Boy, it'd be a huge help for the Giants if Belt got streaky in a good way.
Oh, no doubt. He and Buster both.
Yeah, because those two guys, their hot streaks are hot. 18 career triples here. 3-2. Got 7 triples. He's among the league leaders. Brandon Crawford's one off the league lead. He's got 8 this year. So when you look at Belt's home run total, and well, 14 home runs, you know, part of that is some of those triples would be home runs anywhere else. He'd have close to 20 home runs, I think, right now if he played in a more home run friendly ballpark for left-handed hitters.
I agree. I think the same thing would happen to him that happened to Adam Duvall if he was playing in a ballpark that was more beneficial to hitters. Philadelphia, Arizona, Cincinnati, Milwaukee.
Keep going.
Oh, you could easily do about Milwaukee, the Yankees, Toronto. I mean, there's a lot of live ballparks. Coors Field.
And home runs have been flying all over the big leagues this year. The home runs are really up. It's been part of what has stood out for the Giants. 3-2. Crawford's not going. Belt fouls one straight back.
Good swing.
Where the Giants have not. They haven't taken advantage of whatever's going on, and maybe it's just a good year for home run hitters. Giants have kind of been left out of that, at least in these last couple months. And it's nice to see these last few games. They have 3 home runs today. Another 3-2. Belt kind of got jammed. Darno has it bounce. They'll get just the one. Not always an easy play for a shortstop there. Come in, try to catch it, risk getting maybe handcuffed.
And funky spin on the ball. You never know what the ball's going to do once it gets in your glove. But a nice soft underhanded toss up high.
Yeah, the hitter there has to be careful. The hitter has to make sure he runs, because if you assume that, hey, he's going to come in and just catch it out of the air and then it drops, it's going to be a double play. Here's Parker, who's got a hit and has scored a run. 1-0. Mac Williamson's hit a couple home runs these last few days down at AAA, so he must be starting to feel better.
He'll be here soon.
He would have been here likely on this last road trip if he'd been fully healthy, and they just were thinking that he wasn't quite all the way back. So I haven't asked health-wise, but just looking at the box scores and seeing him hit a couple home runs, that's got to be a good sign.
He had a deep bruise in his shoulder capsule. Left shoulder. And for a hitter, I mean, that's you can't have pain at the start of your swing, because, as you know, you're a golfer. If you've got something that hurts in your swing, you're going to swing around it. Now all of a sudden your mechanics are just non-existent. You know, and that's your power side. That's your pull side through the ball. Your top hand's your guide hand. And when your power hand and your shoulder are dinged,
no good.
You're not able to generate the power that you normally have.
You know, when he went down with that injury, I don't think any of us. Mac Williamson has been missed on this team in this lineup.
Well, he really had just found his confidence.
He really was
starting to believe he was a big leaguer.
He was swinging the bat well. One, two. Parker very softly on the ground. Beckham, quick exchange to throw out Parker. The Giants do not score. To the 6th inning. Giants 5, Braves 1.
It is a perfect day, and it's a perfect day to celebrate someone we love so much. It's Mike Krukow. His bobblehead was given out today to 40,000 happy fans celebrating his 20th anniversary of his 20-win season in 1986. It is sponsored today by CSN Bay Area, and you are looking at Joe Washington. He's our senior coordinating producer. What a lucky guy. He got picked out of CSN to throw the first pitch. Mike, here's the deal. I don't have a bobblehead. You know anyone who could hook me up?
Yes, I do, Amy G.
And there, Inciarte over Parker's head. Inciarte against Bumgarner has his second extra base hit of the game. That was rude. Interrupted Amy G.
Yeah, Ender, seriously? Okay, this is going to want to be a great trade for the Braves with the Diamondbacks. And, I mean, obviously, there's been a lot written about the trade, but Inciarte oftentimes get overshadowed by the #1 pick of the nation, Dansby Swanson. But Inciarte is a good player, and he's going to be a good leadoff hitter for this team for a while.
I'll tell you one thing, the Diamondbacks have missed him.
They really have.
Part of that is Pollock got hurt, but they have missed him a lot.
I mean, he just does everything you want in a leadoff hitter. And he's got a little pop in his bat. You know, keep defenses honest with the depth with which they play against him.
Really good defensive outfielder. Can play in center, can also play in the corner. There's a called strike. Now, see what I like about this, Mike. She's taking very good care of you. Well, easy.
Hey.
As soon as I say that, the head's going to fly off.
I want to know who came up with the bobblehead. And then, I mean, now they're making them, they're unbelievable. Before, all the bobbleheads used to look like the Bob's Big Boy. And
okay, now the flip side of taking really good care of it.
I'm not making it home, that guy.
I don't think so. That one on the ground, and Panik with a nice backhand play, scooped out of the dirt by Belt. What a good play by Joe Panik.
Well, and a good play by Brandon Belt in the backside. Remember, Joe Panik was drafted as a shortstop. It helps when your second baseman has a shortstop's arm, especially when he's throwing across his body. And we're going to make this our forward right choice. Goes past Bumgarner. He's thinking it's going to get picked up. And that's an all-arm throw. It's not a whole lot of lower body getting into that throw. And on the backside, Brandon Belt making a nice pick off the one hop.
That's our forward right choice?
Forward right choice.
Here's Freddie Freeman, runner at third, 1 out. And the Giants shift. This an unusual defense against Freeman, I would say.
I mean, he's got a very unusual swing. You look at his swing, you think it's got lift. Very difficult guy to jam. And when he stays in the strike zone, I mean, look out. Plenty of power. He's got 26 bombs on the year. They don't play in a home run friendly ballpark. Atlanta's always been a park that favors pitchers.
One and one.
Jazz will definitely give up a run to get an out off of Freeman.
He's got 66 extra base hits, Freddie Freeman. That's a big number.
It is.
Curve just missed.
They talked about a lot of their veteran players, and they moved them out. They traded, they brought in prospects, they loaded up their farm system with arms. But the one guy who was the untouchable is here, Freddie Freeman.
Two and two. And for so many years, the Braves, I mean, we know the pitchers, but on the position player side, Andrew Jones and Chipper Jones was there year after year. Brian McCann. And this now is he's the only one sort of left over. Good player. That one to center field and very deep. Span watches it go. It just kept going over the center field wall, and a 2-run homer for Freddie Freeman. Giants lead is 5-3.
And that comes in a 2-strike count. You know, you really get a chance to see the power that this guy has. They go outside with the fastball, and he hits it like a backhanded tennis shot. I mean, really not a lot of follow through, and then see you later. I mean, that's just tremendous hand strength. And you can take on the deep part of the yard, and it's a definitive hand swing. You've got some strong paws.
So this game is a long way from being over. Matt Kemp just barely got a piece of that one.
That bird is in the line of fire.
Not a good place to be. Ground ball, diving stop by Nunez. Does he have time to throw him out? He does. Tremendous.
Tell you what, doesn't get any better than that. Match that play up against anybody. When a ball goes to a backhand and it comes up on you, that's the most difficult play. Now you got to find your feet. And in the end, he rifles an absolute perfect strike to Belt. The high back here, and watch how quickly he gets up. It looked like he almost got his feet tied up a little bit. And look at the throw. Wow. That's the big leagues.
What a great play. Giants made 2 really good defensive plays here in the 6th inning to help Bumgarner. Markakis takes ball 1.
Off the crack of the bat, I'm thinking Matt Kemp's thinking that's at least a double.
Double.
And then he's thinking, oh, I can leg this out. And then he's thinking that's a big league hang with him, and he heads back to the dugout.
Two 2-0. I think Bumgarner's yelling at himself. Giants are going to get the bullpen going.
Hunter Strickland heading down.
Bochy had a lot of good things to say about Hunter Strickland this morning as well. His last outing a couple nights ago, how well he has thrown lately and how much he's going to need to lean on Hunter with Derek Law going on the DL. Strickland's kind of the guy who's going to take that role.
Derek Law DL today. Giants activated Jared Parker. And where the Giants had a lot of bullpen arms now, I mean, that's a significant loss to your pen, the type of year that Derek Law was having.
He's been the best. I think Derek Law has been the best Giants relief pitcher this year. That one is hit to right field, not that deep. Parker hustling in, and he'll get there. Well, the home run by the Braves, but also Giants defense in that inning. What a play by Eduardo Nunez.
Now the high backhander is absolute credibility for an infielder, and he nails it perfectly.
CSN Bay Area is brought to you by Toyota. Toyota's Labor Day clearance event is here. For Labor Day only, get $2,500 total cash back on the redesigned 2016 Prius. Toyota, let's go places. By Kelly Moore Paints, celebrating 70 years as your neighborhood paint store. And by Xfinity. X1 from Xfinity will change the way you experience TV.
Joe Panik leads off for the Giants. It gets buzzed, and he's hit 2 home runs today, so Giants fans are a little cranky about that pitch. Ball 1.
Well, and Joe Panik's one of those guys you don't want to wake up that way. I mean, I think it has something to do with St. John's. I really do. Rich Aurelia, I mean, he'd rock along pretty mellow. If you buzzed him or knocked him down, you got a different animal when he got back up, and Joe Panik's got that in him too.
There's a little edge at St. John's, I think. A little New York edge. Chris Mullen, you think Chris was like that if you trash talked him or knocked him to the ground?
I do.
I think he was.
I do think he was that way.
Panik didn't like that last call, so he's behind the count against the lefty, 1-2. Braves are 2 runs closer after the home run, and Panik hits one foul.
Well, second inning, Joe Panik comes up and he hits a home run off Aaron Blair. Now that's the second home run he's had off Blair, and then in the 4th inning, it's the 3rd home run off of Aaron Blair, and all 3 of those at bats came in a row.
Yeah, against that pitcher, 3 for 3 with 3 home runs in his last 3 at bats against Aaron Blair. That's pretty good.
And they're all in the same spot.
It's only happened twice in this ballpark. Opening day and then game 1 of the World Series. Opening day, the first game ever in this park.
Well, we opened up anticipated this was going to be a bandbox, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that was the whole time this place was building up. We're looking at 309 down the line. We're thinking, oh, this is going to be Coors Field West. open up against the Dodgers. There's 6 home runs hit in that game. Kevin Elster hits 3. We're thinking, and then that was it.
Great scouting report. That one on the ground toward the middle. Beckham can't make the exchange, and that'll be another hit for Panik. So we remember that opening day Kevin Elster. How about Pablo in the World Series?
Well, against Justin Verlander. I mean, that was a reality check. Then he goes opposite field in his next at bat off Verlander. And Verlander's going, wow. And that wasn't enough. Third time he comes up, he takes on center field.
Al Albuquerque.
One of the all-time great names. Destined for the PCL.
Here's Nunez. Took a pretty good cut, strike one. You know, the Tigers were big favorites going into that World Series, and part of the reason was they had clinched and had a chance to line up all their pitching. Verlander, who was so good in game one. The Giants scratched and clawed to get through the NLCS, and it was Zito on the mound against Verlander in that game one. And we know the story. Giants never lost a game. Swept that series.
When you think about the Giants down in the series in St. Louis.
Yep.
I mean, they were down. They had Zito on the mound. Bases loaded. Bottom of the first inning. Nobody out.
Nobody out. Yeah, they're going to win the World Series. I can feel it.
They were drinking champagne in St. Louis. I mean, who wouldn't? And Zito said, no, I don't think so. 7, I think, a third scoreless innings. The Giants would never lose again.
Cardinals fans are still not over that game.
They are not.
They've been to the World Series since then. They've lost again to the Giants since then. They're not over that game. That's the one I think that hurts the most for them. So for the Giants to even win that one, then they came back home, had the signature. I still think, somebody asked me the other day when Vogelsong came back and pitched here, what's the signature moment of Vogelsong's Giants career? And I do think it was that game back here against the Cardinals in 2012. Struck him out swinging with a high fastball.
It was a good moment.
So 1 out. Here comes Bumgarner. Oh for 2 with 2 strikeouts as a hitter today. He's got the lead as the Giants starting pitcher, 5-3. On the ground toward the hole. Garcia kind of smothered it, went to second, and they got the out there. That was close.
Tell you what, that's a great play. And I do believe they got him. Once he got to the ball, I'm thinking, well, he's not going to get Bumgarner at first. I didn't think he had a chance at second.
Yeah, I think he's out.
He's out. So from the seat of his pants. I mean, that's just a great play. That's a total ad lib. You don't practice that.
Two down, 4 span. It's the Braves' answer to the Nunez play in the top of this 6th inning. Ball 1 way inside. Batting average going up and up. 3 hard hit balls today, including a double and a homer. He's got 9 home runs. He's hitting .278.
Fourth inning, Denard Span steps up, gets a pitch just above the knees, and does this. For the 9th time this year, he hits 1 out, and that came in a 2-strike count.
Yeah, I think a changeup, and it wasn't, as you pointed out, is right down at the bottom of the zone. I haven't seen many swings like that from him lately.
No, you have not. We've been talking about Span here, and one of the unique things about him is he doesn't take batting practice on the field. He's very, very careful not to mess with his front shoulder, and he thinks hitting in batting practice gives him bad habits. He starts to try and hit home runs, and he loses the outside corner and the ability to go to left field. So he takes soft toss, he does T-work, he'll have the coaches throw to him in the cage, but he doesn't want to be on the field. You know, and that's just a guy who's a veteran who's, you know, fought hard to define his swing, learn about his swing. Nice play by that guy in the stands. Brought his glove, had a bit.
Kroll thought he had him. 2-2. Well, there are plenty of big leaguers who take days off from BP on the field. Don't do it every day. Want to rest, save some energy, but there are not many guys who just don't do it.
He's the only guy in the Giants club. Did it a little bit at the start of April. But you know, we talk about his style of hitting too, the way that he curls his front foot and he'll actually point the toe of his right foot back towards the catcher. That's his preload position. And then once he starts his swing, you know, that toe will straighten up. He drops straight down. He locates right straight down, and now he's ready.
Back to Kroll, who throws him out, and that's it for the Giants in the 6th. Well, Kipe is coming back over to the TV side. I'm, Mike, going to go back and look in on your kids. Is that okay?
Yeah, don't buy him anything. Game summary is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Through 6 full innings of play, the Braves 3 runs on 4 hits. The Giants 5 runs on 10 hits, of which there have been 3 home runs, 2 by Joe Panik, 1 by Denard Span, and Madison Bumgarner. Just 4 hits allowed in those 6 innings. So we go to the top of the 7th inning, and it is 5-3 Giants. That's our Toyota game summary. And joining us back in the booth, Dwayne Kuiper. Welcome back, Smooth.
All right, thanks, Mike, and enjoyable day here at the yard.
Fans are
for everybody
enjoying it.
Here's Anthony Recker. He will lead things off.
And it may be a short leash on Madison Bumgarner. Bumgarner, 186 innings on the year. He's going to have 6 starts or so left. This is the time of year that managers will protect their horses, their innings eaters. Plus the way Hunter Strickland's heating up, I mean, you can just tell that he's not going to let Bumgarner get in another stressful situation. He's in his windup free and easy. He'll let him lay out there, but if he goes back in the stretch, he's done.
1-2.
I would think.
Yeah, the Freddie Freeman home run kind of spoiled the party.
Pretty impressive 2-strike swing of the bat.
Popped him up. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Joe Panik, who's getting all the pop-ups in this game. 1 out, and here's Beckham.
Not too stressful a day for pop-ups. The wind isn't whipping as hard as we have seen it. Boy, late July and most of August, the winds here were just horrendous, and pop-ups were treacherous.
And the first pitch is a high strike, and it's 0-1. Darno is on deck. We're in the 7th. 93 pitches for Bumgarner. Down low. The thing about Bumgarner is he can not necessarily sniff the barn, meaning trying to get a complete game, but he will sniff the end of an inning. Popped him up, and that's going to be out of play.
Well, he's as competitive a person as I've ever met in my life. I mean, he proved that in 2014. The October run that this guy went on, and really you go back and look at his body of work every year that the Giants went to the playoffs. His rookie year in 2010, 12, 14. I mean, he just has another gear. But you see it on a regular basis when he goes out there every 5 days. And the point you make about killing an inning, he's very good at it.
Posey will come back, and it's going to be just out of reach. At Candlestick, that is an OUT. Here, it is not.
That's an out. You've got 20 feet to spare.
Not a lot of room in between that plate and that backstop.
It's about the only thing in this ballpark that really favors the hitter. You don't have big foul territories.
Got him.
Strikeout number 4. Knee-high paint outside corner, and Beckham is sent packing right to the glove. Posey never moved it. And Stu Clearwater says, see you later. Surewater says, see you later.
He lives in Clearwater. It's Darno at the plate.
Thank you, partner.
No, he's a Florida guy. Anytime you name ends in water, you're a Florida guy.
I think it has to be that way.
Line drive down the left field line, fair ball. So Darno is going to stop at second base, and that's a double. And the hitter is going to be a left-handed hitter, and it's Jace Peterson. Peterson's a good hitter. You got to respect what he can do with the bat. 1 for 3 on Friday night when he played second base, and 1 for 2 with a couple of walks in the game yesterday, and a strike, and it's 0-1. It's a 5-3 lead for the Giants. Darno at second base with 2 outs.
Lefties hits him at 256, righties 259. More power against righties.
Swing and a miss. 0-2. Pitch number 101. Here it is from Bumgarner to Peterson. Now low. 1-2. Pulled foul.
Big curveball, perhaps a little bit too much strike zone, and I think that's the reason why Mr. Posey's coming out there. Hey, look, you got a 1-2 count here. You don't want to miss, especially middle into this guy. Let's keep the ball down and away with that breaker ball. Throw it there, he'll swing and miss. Let's go, big fella.
One ball and 2 strikes. Bumgarner trying to get off the field. The look to second. Tap foul. Peterson just got a piece.
Much better location with that breaking ball.
Pitch 104 coming up. The dirt. Bumgarner has allowed 5 hits. The big hit, the 2-run home run that instantly brought the Braves right back into this game.
Peterson putting up a fight. Not going easy. So it's got to go full. You just had that sense the way this AB was going.
Three-two pitch. Here it is. Got him. And that'll end the inning. Bumgarner ends on a high note as he strikes out the very tough Jace Peterson. And the big fella walks off the mound. And his team has a 5-3 lead. Giants hanging on to a 5-3 lead. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change tune-up and brake experts.
New pitcher now for the Braves will be the right-hander Chaz Rowe. Rowe 6'6", 200-pounder. He's in his second year at the big league level. He's a sinker slider guy. We got him from Baltimore. And he's done well for him. 18 innings, 14 hits allowed, 21 strikeouts, and that's a lot for a sinker baller. He's basically a two-pitch guy. You're going to get a sinker, and you're going to get a slider. And the slider is his kill pitch, and that's what he gets with most of his strikeouts. And the sink, he's, to his credit, it's a pretty good velocity sinker. It's sort of like Corey Guerin. You'll see low 90s with it.
It's one of my favorite first names.
Chaz?
Didn't Chili name his son Chaz?
He did. So did Rich Aurelia. All right, we're waiting for the break to end.
So Rowe will face Pagan, who's 0 for 3. And then Posey. And a strike. Pagan struck out in the first, hit a roller back to the pitcher in the third, and then a fly ball to right. Rolls this one softly to Rowe, and he will tag Pagan. 1 out.
And with Chaz Rowe, when he's right, when he gets you to swing at knee-high location, more often than not, you're going to put it on the ground. Well, bring your own shade. That's what I always say. Just happy I'm not sitting behind her.
No concept of people sitting behind her.
Yep.
Look at the guy stretching out his neck. He's going to wake up tomorrow morning. He's going to. Why is my neck stiff? Well, because you had to stretch it out to see the game.
Yeah, it's true. Not happy.
Buster Posey, 1 for 2. He was sitting on that one. It's no balls and 2 strikes. You got this group here that have massive attitude.
They have attitude. I came to the ballpark today and saw them all walking down the street, and they were having a ball. There's an 80-year-old gamer grandma here today. Well, welcome.
Posey again gets a breaking ball and fouls it back. Oh, and 2. He's thrown him like 4 in a row now.
I mean, that's all he's given him. He's not given anything that has movement coming back into him by way of the sinking fastball, which is what his fastball will do. It'll go into a righty away from a lefty. Away, 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 away with sliders.
And another 0-2 pitch to Buster Posey.
Hey, there's the Bochy. SS Bochy.
Look out. 2-2.
Buster's already been hit once today. Friend of Lucille, we think. Yeah.
3-2.
Good pitch. Somehow Posey manages to hold up that swing. Oh, this guy.
We have a problem?
He's hurt me.
Just screws on. Not a problem.
Yeah, we're good.
3-2. It's never a good sign when they hand out duct tape on your bobblehead day.
Hey, 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 ow, 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 hey. This guy was wearing me out. Hey, ow, ow. Good Lord. Uncle.
Really? Here's Crawford. Nice at bat, by the way. For Buster Posey. He's on base for the third time. Here's Crawford. Crawford drives it out into Triple's alley, and nobody's there. And this bounces up against the wall. The Giants catch a break. The throw goes to third. Crawford's got a triple. Posey scores, and it's 6-3. And an RBI for Brandon Crawford. Nice job.
9 triples on the year for Crawford. And he hit this like he knew what was coming. I mean, he sees it, he waits and unloads. They set an outside target. This goes middle in right at the kneecap. He stays inside it, finds a gap, and then it's just a matter of let's go to third. Giants catch a break by that ball not hopping over the wall.
That's right, Dave. Bounceless dirt saved him. Here's Belt with the infield in, and Belt takes a curveball for a strike.
Your all-time triples leader at AT&T Park, Brandon Crawford, just moved past Ray Durham.
When he's done, he may have 70.
He's going to have a bunch.
Swing and a miss. Nothing in 2.
But you know what he's thinking? 60 of those could be home runs.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Like the one he just hit.
Belt trying to make contact with the infield in. He will, and it's foul. Back in the day when there was no free agency and players didn't have much bargaining power, it really was all about the stats. You had to have stats if you wanted to get a raise. And there's the old story about Rod Carew, who he could do just about anything as far as hit for power, but he tried to get a raise. Here's the 0-2 to Belt, and Belt lines it foul. And I think the negotiations went like this. Well, your doubles numbers are down. So he stopped at second. He had like 9 triples. He just stopped at second the next year, and his doubles numbers went way up.
Well, back then, if you
It was
told
bad back then.
the general manager you had an agent, that was bad.
Oh, yeah, forget it.
They didn't want to hear about that.
You were going to get traded for sure. Outside the Belt, it's 1-2.
Now, they don't want to talk to the player. They want to talk to an agent.
Right.
Nice play by this young lady. She brought her glove, got rewarded. That a bit. Whoa.
He will not deviate from his strike zone.
He won't. Chaz Rowe thought he had a backdoor breaking ball strikeout is what he thought he had. It's close. So he tries to go front door. Well, now he's got to come in the strike zone. You would think. Still no score in Los Angeles.
Three-two pitch. Here it is. And Belt pulls it foul.
Ooh, nice play by our ball dude down there, Mike Ramirez. His brother Ray Ramirez is over the third base side today. There's Ray.
A lot of energy in that group. Here's another 3-2 pitch to Belt, and Belt fouls it off the backstop.
Well, a lot of life going on out there right now.
And the 3-2 to Belt. Out of play. Day off tomorrow. You ready for a day off tomorrow?
Yes, I am. Day off, I'll probably be able to catch up for the sleep we didn't get Thursday night coming back in from LA.
That's right. And the walk to Belt. He earned it.
Great at bat. That's an 11-pitch walk, and that really is rough on a pitcher. That's some activity in the Braves bullpen. That's Brandon Caniff. So Roger McDowell going to come out. One of the really good pitching coaches in the big leagues. He's done a nice job for many years in Atlanta. It allows us to remind you can follow Giants Baseball live with the MLB.com At Bat app. And you can download MLB.com At Bat, the #1 app for live baseball, on your phone and tablet. So check it out. The Stanislaus Dirtbags. Well, I thought it was the Long Beach State Dirtbags.
Yeah, really.
Just goes to show you there's a lot of dirtbags in this world.
That is a fact. Here's Parker, and Parker takes a curveball for a strike.
Proud member of the Stanislaus Dirtbags.
And the pitch. Parker takes inside.
Sinker ballers are really ideal for Jared Parker, especially from a right-handed sinker ball, because the movement's going away. Parker likes the ball middle away, and he's a good low ball hitter.
One pitch. Breaking ball. And a swing and a miss, 1-2. Joe Panik is on deck.
She's got a shirt that says Finities. So she's been to the great bar in Manhattan that is sort of a little island of the Bay Area.
Parker drives it into right center field. Is anybody there? No. Crawford scores. Here comes Belt. The throw to third. Not in time. Belt scores. And a triple for Parker. And that's a case of hit them where they ain't.
Nice two-strike at bat from Parker. Little breaking ball down around the knees, and it right there on the middle away part of the plate that feeds his swing. Stays down nicely through it. They had played him over towards left center. They exposed the right center field gap. And not even the good range of Inciarte could do much to get it. And once he sees it go in the gap, he's thinking 3 bags.
When it's time for a change, things speedy. Oil change and auto service. Your oil change tune-up and brake experts. We'll be back. With Parker at third and 1 out.
So Brandon Caniff, the new pitcher for the Diamondbacks, or I'm sorry, the Braves, thinking about Tuesday's game against the Diamondbacks.
Right.
Caniff, 4 games. He's got a few pretty good numbers. We saw him earlier in the series. Hard thrower, and he's got a good slider, which you just saw. Basically a 2-pitch guy. Go get him.
Josh Donaldson had 3 home runs today for the Blue Jays. So here's Joe Panik aiming for 3 as well.
Got a chance.
One ball and 1 strike. Nunez on deck. We're in the 7th. Hit into the gap. Inciarte over. He'll dive and he'll make the catch. And Parker's going to tag, and it's 9-3.
What a great play from Inciarte. Just gives you an idea of that range we were talking about. Panik's looking out at him thinking, man, he just took a base hit away from me. And he was playing over the left center field side. Down to his belly. And he's thinking 3 outs. Nah, maybe not. Nevertheless, right in the sweet spot. Good play.
Here's Nunez. Nunez takes low. Nunez had an infield hit in the 4th, so he's 1 for 3. Two and 0. Nunez, high drive, left field. It is out of here. And for Eduardo Nunez, that one's got to feel pretty good. It's his 14th of the year.
He golfed that one out. That low ball. He went down and got it. That's just a sinker that didn't sink. Knee high, middle in, and watch it go. And he knows it.
So here's Connor Gillespie. He's pinch hitting. Connor Gillespie is due an infield hit. He's due a double on a ball lost in the sun. He's due a bad hop single.
Swing and bunt. He is due. He's had so many hard hit balls find leather.
Drives this one, and guess what? It's past Kemp! And Gillespie is going to go for 3, and he is going to make it! It'll be a triple.
Well, and not a hanger either. He goes down there and hits a two-seam fastball away. It finds the left side of the field, and here's where Kemp gambles. And he just overshoots the runway. This goes over his glove. And I don't think he ever sees it go by the glove. So here, once it gets past Kemp, Gillespie starts thinking 3 bags. And now it's a race. On his belly. Leg it out, a triple.
3 triples this inning.
I've never seen that.
Here's Span.
3 triples and a home run.
Span takes low.
So he was due one of those hits, wasn't he?
Well, look at another line drive. I thought I was going to get caught.
I did too. So did he.
So Span gets hit on the knee. And it's going to be Pagan who's going to hit.
Eric Ortega, one of the Giants trainers, coming out. And that got him right close to the kneecap on the right leg. The guys with speed, you hit their legs, you always worry about it.
It's going to be Gorkis Hernandez who's going to hit.
Got it the left knee, I beg your pardon. I said right knee. Watch the back leg. This ball just cuts into him. So Freddie Freeman and Bernard Span having an easy moment.
So Hernandez to hit. And a swing and a foul back. Down low, 1 ball and 1 strike. We're in the 7th. A lot of time left in this game. Weber. Line drive center field. Inciarte back, and he can't get it. Could this be another triple? I think you got to go for it. Span comes in to score. Into second is Hernandez.
Okay, right now, the Giants flexing their muscles. 3 triples, a home run, and a double. A 2 RBI double. And once again, Roger McDowell's coming out. This just had some carry on it. This ball was roasted. Ciarte, even with his quickness, he can't get back on it.
Buster Posey, with 1 out in this inning, drew a walk. The outs in this inning made by Pagan, who opened up the inning with a comebacker. And Panik, a sacrifice fly. It ended up being a line drive, and Ciarte made a great diving catch. So here's Buster Posey. And he takes low, 1 ball and no strikes. At second is Gorkis Hernandez.
The last time the Giants had a 4-triple game, 1924, against the Braves. Only they were the Boston Braves.
And can I ask you where you got that information from? Did you get it from BI?
No, our screen. Oh, gee, don't get picked off.
Because I'm not buying it if you got it
From BI, our stats guy?
Yes.
Well, after all, what does BI stand for?
Mucho bogus information. Love that guy.
Bogus.
2-0 to Posey. And a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Crawford on deck. Posey out of play.
Hey, she brought her glove.
2 balls and 1 strike. Posey dribbles it foul, 2-2. This has been a 7-run 7th inning. And Posey takes outside. It's 3-2.
Still no score in Los Angeles, although the Cubs in the top of the 8th inning had their leadoff hitter on base.
Buster taps it off his the guard that he has on his left ankle.
I think the guard actually half worked that time. Took a swing earlier and he felt it in his wrist. He's still kind of searching for a feel with his left hand.
There's a few guys that will enjoy the day off tomorrow more than others. Here's one of them.
That's one of them.
You're on the list too. This has been a big, tiring day for you.
It's been a fun one. But I'll sleep good tonight, no doubt.
I was really worried how you were going to do in the broadcast.
Well, I just called the Braves the Diamondbacks. How am I doing?
Well, that's all right. One mistake's not bad. Posey takes the walk.
And Brian Snitker, the manager of the Braves, coming out.
So we're going to get a new pitcher. It's going to be Weber, and it's 12-3 Giants.
telecast is presented by authority of the San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
A big inning for the Giants. It's 12-3. Brian Weber is the new pitcher.
Take a look at the numbers for Ryan Weber, another product out of the Braves system. Sinker slider guy. He's 13 strikeouts against a couple of walks. When he's right, he'll be putting the ball on the ground. He's got a sinker slider and a changeup he'll throw.
Crawford up the middle, and he's got a base hit. And Hernandez put on the brakes. So Crawford will take the hit. I think that was one of those where the Giants were not piling on.
You're right.
Hernandez could have scored easily.
It's just an RBI that Crawford doesn't get. But he understands the deal.
When he ends the season at 99,
he'll think about it.
We'll remind him. Here's Belt.
Cricket.
You better be careful when you're on deck. You never know when the ball may come your way. Outside to Belt, 1 ball and 1 strike. Right now the Braves just having a hard time getting off the field here in the 7th. All started out with Pagan, who was retired to open up the inning. Belt with a swing and a miss, 1 and 2. We're on 32 minutes now for this half inning.
Well, you and I, we're fine with
it.
But Dave Fleming over there on radio by himself. Gets a little lengthy.
Yeah, it does. Absolutely. Belt in the 1-2 pitch. He fouls another one out of play. Belt in this inning walked and scored.
Will Smith, he's been standing out there for 32 minutes.
He's a statue right now. Belt with a base hit to right. Everybody moves up a base, and it's 13-3.
And for the Braves, the wheels have come off. So this inning, 3 triples, a double, a home run, 8 runs scored.
Well, you think he can relax, Bruce Bochy?
You know what? He can.
I think he can.
On a day like today, he doesn't get many games like this.
I mean, I actually think that there should come a point when a manager can just say, all right, I'm out. I'm going to shower. Just to leave early.
Yeah, why not?
One thing I think organizations should think about doing is giving a manager actually a week off in the middle of the season.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Hey, surgeons do it. They do their work.
Absolutely.
It's like, okay, sew them up. I'm out.
Broadcasters go on assignments all the time. Driven to left. Kemp will battle the sun, and he's going to make the catch. And that's going to end the inning. Well, in this inning, there was a home run, and it's bye-bye, baby. The Giants lead in this one 13-3.
The Diamondbacks, first of a 2-game series. It's Say Hey Tuesday. It's Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pregame live at 6:30. You'll see right here in CSN Bay Area. And Say Hey Tuesday is indeed back. You can come out and watch the pregame show live from Willie Mays Plaza. The first 500 fans will get a cheer card and a Mike Krukow bobblehead. That's right, the same one that was given away today. Giveaway starts at 5 p.m. So come on out early.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and brake experts.
Will Smith, what he has done between the Braves and the Giants, 1-4 with a 4.40 ERA. He's been very good.
So did I see Parker to left, Hernandez to right?
That's it.
And Brown catching. Swinging a foul in and out of the glove of Brown. There's Parker. And Hernandez. And Brown. Outside and low to Inciarte. Corey Guerin has moved his way down to the bullpen. So Inciarte, 3 balls and 1 strike. And a walk. All right, let's check in with ABG. Amy.
All right, gentlemen. Well, it seems only appropriate that on Mike Krukow's bobblehead day that we reveal a secret. And that is that he can predict the future. We have proof. It's our Geico quote this afternoon. 1986, Mike, you said this to the Chicago Tribune. Everyone talks about the Dodgers, that they fell apart because they had so many injuries. We had just as many injuries, but nobody talks about it. I'm excited about 87. With our hitting and defense, we could win it next year. But guess what they did? They won their division. Mike Krukow predicts the future.
I remember that.
Yeah, I kind of had forgot about it.
Although those years in Chicago where you picked pennant winning years, I don't know about that.
Well, you know, you have a good feel in spring every year, don't you?
Those are I was doing the same thing with the Indians.
Hey, you got to believe, as Tug McGraw used to say.
Garcia is 0 for 2. And he waves at that pitch in the dirt. One and 2 with Inciarte at first. Got him.
Good curveball.
There's Freeman.
You know what happens? I mean, you're on the road a lot. And for the Braves, I mean, they're right in the middle of a lot of road. Had 4 in Arizona before they came to San Francisco.
Freeman takes a strike.
And as you said earlier in the broadcast, they go home for 3 days and then whoop, they go back out to Philadelphia and Washington. When you get to that last day of a road trip, this time of year where you're tired, you know, your concentration can go out the door, especially when the bubble pops at a game.
Crawford will battle the sun and he will make the catch.
It's a great job of covering his face with the glove to protect his eyes from the sun. That's something too for kids in the back. You can practice this. Shade your face with your glove. Crawford doing it perfectly.
Here's Kemp. Nunez made a great play, taking a hit away from Kemp in the 6th. And a strike, and it's 0-1.
So today marks the first time since the Giants moved to San Francisco in 1958 that the Giants have had 3 triples in 1 inning.
Breaking ball, 0-2.
But the Indians did it this year. They did it back in June against the Tigers.
Huh. 0-2.
Historical facts.
Fastball high and away, 93. Hooked foul down the left field line. New bat for Kemp.
Not often that he has his bat broken by a left-hander. Hey, she got it. She did the I got it dance. Woohoo.
Twice.
Yep. Well, attitude, did you say earlier?
Attitude, baby. Floydar Turbo attitude. The giveaway of the year.
Of the year.
Kemp out swinging to end the inning. Nice inning for Will Smith. 13-3.
Brought to you by Honda, and it all started the second inning for Joe Panik, who hits the first of his 2 home runs. You got Aaron Blair again, 3 consecutive bats, 1 in Atlanta, 2 here today, all ending in home runs off Aaron Blair. It would be a 3-hit day for Joe Panik so far, with a chance to add to it. But he is our player of the game, brought to you by Honda.
And here is Joe Panik to lead things off. And he's going to take a breaking ball down low. And then Nunez.
Meanwhile, out in the cove,
What's going on out in the Cove? Trying to watch the Dodger game. Down low.
Oh, what's going on in the Dodger game?
Well, Dodgers have the bases loaded with 2 outs in the 8th inning. Tie score. So it's 2-1. And a strike. 2-2.
Games with 3+ home runs versus the Braves for the Giants. In Giants history, Mel Ott, Johnny Mize, Willie Mays, Willie McCovey, Barry Bonds. So Joe Panik, he got a chance to add his name to that list. Mays, a 4-homer game against the Braves in Milwaukee.
In tight. 3-2 to Joe Panik. Uh-oh. Well, I don't know. Maybe that's what they wanted. Panik, little pop-up center field. Inciarte moving in. One out. Nunez, couple of hits, one left to park in the 7th. And it's low and away with Trevor Brown on deck. Breaking ball driven down a left field line. That's a fair ball. And Nunez is going to have a double.
That's a 3-hit day for Nunez. Single in the 4th, a home run in the 7th. Here a double. 3 legs of the cycle.
So here's Brown. Wait till you see how the Dodgers scored their run.
Yeah.
It'll make you want to barf.
Barf.
Here's Brown. Brown gets a breaking ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Brown on the ground sharply, but a nice play by Beckham. And Brown is retired and Nunez goes to 3rd. So here's Span. Span's been on base 3 times. He's hit a home run in this game. And he takes low.
Really has had great second half. It's like 2, 3, sometimes 4 times a night he's on the base, swinging it well.
Well, a couple of positives today. Belt swinging the bat well. Nunez swinging the bat well. Obviously Joe Panik. Joe's been having good at bats for the last week or so, as this has rolled to 2nd. And this will end the inning. So we will go to the 9th. And the Giants with a comfortable lead. Central tonight after Giants postgame live right here on CSN Bay Area. Henry Wolford and Kelly Johnson, they'll do the honors. You get a reaction about this game. A look around the National League playoff chase and the latest from 49ers practice. Giants with a 13-3 lead. When it's time for a change, think Speedy. Oil change and auto service. Your oil change tune-up and brake experts.
Corey Guerin, the new pitcher now for the Giants. 46th time that he is coming in. 3-1 with a 4.76 ERA.
Facing Markakis, who's 0 for 3 in the game today. And he takes a strike.
A-Ray Adrianza comes in at shortstop. Crawford out of the game.
And the 0-1 is down low. Recker. And then Beckham. Out of play, 1-2. 41,675. That was the attendance here today.
That was a great day for baseball. It was a great day to hit. Talked about how the winds have calmed and right field had a chance to be a live field today, and indeed it proved to be.
One and two.
You just don't get that many days where a hitter feels like, hey, this is a live yard. Great place to hit.
Yeah.
And there was no batting practice today. But you just knew it by looking at the flags just sort of trickling out in right field that right field did not have its normal protection from Mother Nature.
Hit on the ground to Adrianza. 1 out. And here's Recker. Recker is walked. He's also hit a fly ball that Span tracked down on a nice play, and he popped out to Panik. Giants 13, the Braves 3. Giants with 18 hits on this Sunday afternoon.
You know, it's going to make Hensley Mullins and Steve Decker, the Giants hitting instructors, sleep a little better tonight.
Going into an off day, knowing that they've got Zach Greinke on Tuesday. And maybe that gentleman will be back.
Well, that's the plan.
And tight. Here's the 2-1 to Recker. On the ground foul, 2-2. Bumgarner will end up benefiting out of these runs, although he pitched well enough where he didn't need this many runs. His record's going to go to 13-8. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's off the end of the bat. Span's going to jog in, and he'll make the catch. And here's Beckham.
Well, he's the guy the Giants have been waiting for. The guy that represents what could be the 27th out of this game.
And a breaking ball for a strike. That was a nice outing for Guerin, too, to get his feet back on the ground. And that pitch is high. Darno would follow if this inning is extended. One and 2.
90-mile-an-hour movement coming back in the strike zone. So that's the pitch that gets everybody on their feet here at AT&T Park. Which definitely adds to your stuff.
High and deep to left. Parker back and gone. So Beckham hits his 5th home run of the year. So don't warm up that plane just yet. And Darno will hit.
Just a little hanging slider.
Darno today 1 for 3, doubled off of Bumgarner in the 7th. On the ground, fair ball. Nunez off balance throw in the dirt, and that's the ball game.
Whoa.
And another nice play by Nunez. How about that? So the Giants end up taking 2 out of 3 from the Atlanta Braves, and they do it today with a lot of offense and their ace on the mound.
Well, it's a happy birthday present to Maria Jacinto, who is our boss down there in the PR department. So Maria, I hope you enjoyed this one, because I know the Giants offense enjoyed it, and so did 41,000 plus here today.
And that's better than having one of us sing happy birthday, Maria. Final score, Giants 13. It's the Braves 4. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned. Esurance Giants postgame live with interviews and the wrap starts right now.